Uncharted 4. I mean, the PlayStation 4 truly felt like it was designed to keep you hungry for PlayStation. Whereas now, it just seems like Sony realizes they can sit back and let everybody else make all the games and they just get free profit. But
games still with another W. Didn't I tell you that the more Xbox games that keep dropping on the platform, the less and less you're going to start seeing of Sony titles? I mean, at this point, that narrative that you guys have been pushing for so long that people pick up the PS5 for exclusives, well, guess what? Clearly that ain't true, because to be honest with you, the vast majority of people that play on that platform play it solely for third-party games. This is why when I tried to tell you, it doesn't really matter about exclusivity, because at the end of the day, most of your fan base is not playing them.
Just in a spot where this stuff to me, not only does it feel too soon, I'm worried about this price tag more than anything else. So the officially accidentally voted with our wallets.
You didn't accidentally do anything. You knew exactly what you people was doing, and now you want to blame these companies. When you went out there and picked up the Pro for $700 to $800, you knew exactly what you was doing. Don't come here and pull a Mustafa and say, hey, I made a mistake. I didn't know that I was supporting these anti-consumer practices when I was picking up games for $70 and now $80 on Nintendo. It was a mistake. You people knew exactly what you was doing, and now all of a sudden that game is getting expensive. Now you people have a problem. What happened to the whole, we support the devs on PlayStation? Well, clearly, it seems like a lot of y'all complaining. Well, if you have that much of an issue, I would advise you to get an A-box with Game Pass Ultimate if it seems to be a problem. Because at the end of the day, you ain't going to own your games anyway. And that generation, you will see that PlayStation 6 and the new Xbox will be digital-only devices. They might give you a disk drive for the first one as a farewell, but I can guarantee you that is the direction of where all these companies is going. Oh, we accidentally, we didn't know this. Oh, really? You want to sit there and say we should have voted with our wallet, but yet you keep buying these products. Let's hear it again.
PlayStation 6 is probably going to be $1,000 as well. I mean, I feel like we have accidentally voted with our wallets.
You hear this? We accidentally voted. What do you mean? If anything, you voted against this. You voted against this. Now all of a sudden you want to complain, oh, $1,000 consoles, you people on Airbox can't buy games, we got more money, and now all of a sudden you complaining because the next console might potentially be $1,000, and it will. I'm telling you this right now, man, they don't care. They're going to sit there and tell you, well, if you can't afford it, go play the Xbox Series S and X. You can't afford this, go play your PlayStation 5 Slim. They're going to do the same thing that Nintendo did. They pulling a Don Matrick on all of y'all. Because guess what? They're still getting money from you from playing on PlayStation 5. Even the people that say, we're boycotting Nintendo. We are boycotting them. But how many of them are still playing online on the Switch 1? So even if you don't directly buy the Nintendo Switch 2, you're still giving Nintendo money through the Nintendo Switch 1. So Nintendo's like, we don't care because we're getting money anyway. If you don't want to upgrade to the Switch 2, it doesn't matter. Continue to buy your games on Switch 1, and that money is still going directly to us. What do you people don't understand? You're paying $50 to not have access to GameCube games. Do you get what I'm saying? If you have a $50 yearly plan on Switch for Switch 1, you're literally missing out on features just because you didn't buy the Switch 2. You think Nintendo cares? They don't. I'm telling you this right now, man. And this is where gaming is going. But this whole, we accidentally voted. What do you mean? You know exactly where you casted your vote when you went out there and picked up these products. $70 PlayStation games, Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. You knew exactly what you was pushing to. Now you people want to have a problem with, oh no, it's getting worse than what I expected. I didn't think they were going to do this. Oh no. Just like when y'all were buying Remember when they were buying microtransactions with DLC on the disc? And now look what happened with that. I remember telling them way back, hey, if you support that Resident Evil 5 with a DLC on the disc, you're going to start seeing more companies start charging you for microtransactions. Y'all did it anyway. Oh, it's not that bad. It's only $5. And look what $5 led to you. the gaming community is a joke. And you're like, GameStop, you're supposed to be for us. No, I'm going to sit there and tell you that your actions and y'all behavior and all the complaints that you're doing is utterly useless. Because to be honest with you, y'all want to sit there and say we are advocating for the gamers, but yet you guys are doing everything to advocate against us. That's why I don't take you people seriously.
I always love the idea of vote with your wallet. If you don't want DLC, don't buy DLC. If you don't want microtransactions, don't buy microtransactions.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, if you don't want to support Nintendo Switch 2 with the game key calls, I would say not to buy the Switch 2, but you did anyway. Oh yeah, that's funny that Dreamcast guy is out here advocating for you guys as to vote for his vote with your wallet, but he's the one that haven't been voting with his wallet for a long time.
Actions. If you think a game looks good, pre-order it to make sure you support the developers, right? But in this case, people have very much, whether purposely or accidentally...
No, purposely. There ain't no accidents. Don't pull a Mustafa. It was an accident. It was a mistake. I didn't know that my money was going to lead to this. No. Don't go there. Don't do that. You know exactly what you was doing. You seen that piece of electronics. You're like, oh, I'm going to rob my girlfriend with my PS5 Slim. And that's what you did. You went out there and picked up the PS5 Pro for $800 to get the disk drive. And you threw her some old PS4 games. That's what you did. You knew exactly what you was doing. Stop coming here with these mistakes. You people, it's so funny how you guys want to sit there and act like we're not responsible for any of this. Yes, you are.
Supported the idea that first-party games are no longer necessary.
Games still want another W. We even have Dreamcast guy himself saying first-party game. It never was necessary. PlayStation has built the back of their company off third-party studios ever since even the PlayStation 1. Namco, Square, Capcom, you people know this. Because if you go as far to tell people, hey, what PlayStation 1 games that you like that Sony made, they're going to sit there and tell you, Final Fantasy, Tekken, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Contra Legacy War, that's Konami, man. Mega Man 8, Mega Man Legend, that's Capcom. What are you talking about? That's not exclusive. What are you talking about? What you mean? Metal Gear Solid, that's Konami. You don't really like PlayStation for exclusives. You only like it for third-party games. And it's been like this ever since the PlayStation 1 and 2. The only reason why you thought they was exclusive because they were only dropping on your platform. And then when these games started coming in a box, then all of a sudden it became a problem. Have you noticed that? The 360, I'm telling you right now, will always foreshadow the failures of what's happening with PlayStation now. And the lack of their own, I would say, identity is what they claim, right? Because you guys claim that the PS5 has an identity, but what identity is that if you're not buying your games that are the ones that Sony makes? Say what you want about people on Xbox, but there's a reason why Gears, Forza, Halo, Gears, and Forza exist. Because before even Game Pass existed, the Xbox consumer voted with their wallet and say that, hey, we like these games. You think Gears of War just became a household name because nobody bought it? Now y'all want to use Game Pass as a front? Oh yeah, it's Game Pass, that's why. No. They were probably going to make Gears of War E-Day regardless. Even if there was no Game Pass. Microsoft just said it's more profitable to do this than if we wasted all this money on a budget, don't have the game sell to our expectations, and we could just make the money up front. That's what happened.
PlayStation 5 has made more profit than every other PlayStation generation combined. The PlayStation 5, a money printing machine, this is such a great way to phrase it. A $1,000 PlayStation 6, I've seen these people already preemptively defend. Let other people enjoy things. People will show up and buy it if there's a market for it. But I almost feel like I'm annoyed about the fact that
you're annoyed?
It does feel like
how are you annoyed?
There's starting to be this divide, this weird...
How are you annoyed by it? You said you weren't going to support the Switch 2 just to go as far to find out that you got it on launch. You should be the last person talking about this situation.
Like, how do I even phrase it? A proud sense of gamers that just want to take whatever slop hits the plate.
Oh, that's funny because, speaking of slop, you did the same exact thing.
A proud sense of gamers that just want to take whatever slop hits the plate. They'll take broken games and they'll defend them. They'll take really busted experiences that are overpriced and they'll defend them.
And that's what you've been doing. That's exactly what you've been doing. You even went as far, I like the Switch too. Bro, you see, this ain't even me worried about it, bro. It's the fact that you people ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites. You tell people not to support these practices, but yet y'all the first people lining up for them. At least people can say GameStop. I know you said you wanted to do tests for the Switch too, but I still did not get one. I took a stance on it, and I'm still going to forever take that stance until I get one secondhand. Now I got to be careful, because if I do get a secondhand Switch, I got to check to see if it even goes online, because it might be a brick, because what Nintendo's doing right now. So I'm going to be like, man, hey, man, listen, I'm going to have to test this first to see if I get my account on it before I give you the money, because you might be selling me a brick now.
Really busted experiences that are overpriced and they'll defend. The amount of people defending Mario Kart costing $80, just stuff like that, truly blows my mind.
Oh, yeah. The same people that bashed the Switch for 2 months and went that there and picked it up, people like that. Yeah, it's people like that. The same guy that picked up game key cards for his Switch 2 after he kept talking about video game preservation. Yeah, it's people like that. Oh, I didn't realize. I'm talking about myself. How about you look yourself in the mirror and realize that you ain't no better than them?
Anybody who's trying to think that they aren't going to have these $1,000 consoles...
I mean, y'all were paying $1,000 for the PS5 when it came out from a scalper. I guess you should have no problem paying $1,000 from one of them when in the store.
I've seen people already pointing out the fact that computer part prices are obviously also going up. $1,000 consoles coming out next year.
It's happening.
Very likely with one, maybe 2 actual launch games.
It's happening.
To me, it just seems ridiculous, to say the least. I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 6 purely off the idea of,
yes, you is. Oh, yes, you is. Don't come here with the... Oh, yes, you most definitely... You said I wasn't going to buy a Switch 2. You said you ain't going to buy the Air Head. You said you weren't going to buy a lot of things and just to find out that it's in your household. And then you laughing at everybody. Don't come here with this, man. You most definitely picking up that PlayStation 6.
Grand Theft Auto 6 better. I want to actually get, if I am going to go to the next gen, I want to have something that says, hey, here's that crazy cool flashy game that shows you...
Oh no, all it takes is a PlayStation label and you're good to go.
PlayStation actually cares. Xbox actually cares. I don't know. These are just some off the cuff.
Yeah, right. And then guess what? They hold no merit, because I guarantee you're gonna pick one up. You'll probably pick up both of them, even though you say Xbox is dead. This is why nobody takes these content creators seriously. You guys say one thing and then you do the other, and then you want to say we need to start voting with our wallet. Except now, but they're casting their vote against the people that they're trying to boycott or advocate for. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, I'm against game key cards. Yo, how many people from Nintendo especially say that they're against game key cards, but yet they pick them up on the Nintendo Switch too? It's this type of behavior that makes companies say, you know what? We laugh at you. This is why we do it. We do this because you guys accept mediocrity. And then you want me to, hey, GameStop, you should be on, what side should I be on? I'm on the side of the company. Because I see the same thing that they're seeing, a bunch of damn dummies that can't hold out on something and have to buy into FOMO. That's what I see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like I said, man, this is exactly why gaming is the way it is. And it has nothing to do with these companies. It has more to do with the fact that people can't vote with their wallet.